Okay, my computer keeps crashing. This is part 3 of 14.5 slope. I'm going to try to get through this. Okay, we were looking at the graph and seeing why this one is a proportional relationship and this one is not. Well, if you look at the right one, there's a very important point on the graph that isn't in the first example, and that point is the origin. Any line that passes through the origin, except for a vertical line, but that's a special case. But any other line that passes through the origin is going to be a proportional relationship, just like we found this one to be, part B. Do you see how this line doesn't pass through the origin? Because it doesn't pass through the origin, it's not a proportional relationship. So that is the key. If it passes through the origin, it's proportional. That means y to x, all of those fractions will be equal, proportional. Okay, the slope is the ratio of the change in y to the change in x. To change means to find the difference, which means that you must subtract. And you probably knew that we were subtracting when I would find the points on the axis. Just to go back to this example, 6 is the y value, 0 is the y value, 6 minus 0 is 6. So we subtract. Careful, we're used to x coming before y, but with slope, it's change in y divided by change in x. The slope doesn't tell you if the relationship of y to x is proportional. The slope doesn't tell you. So even though the slope of this one was 1 and the slope of this one was 2, that doesn't tell us if the relationship is proportional. The line of a proportional relationship, ooh, I have no space here. Can he do it? I think I can. Gonna have to go a little bit off. No, oh, he kind of fits it. Proportional relationship will always pass through the origin, 0, 0. If it does, it's proportional, except for if it's a vertical line, but we'll get into that later with special slopes. Okay, let's move on to the last example. See if we can finish this thing up with only 3 videos instead of 4. I hope I can. Okay. All right, how do I find and interpret the slope of a line? How many points do we need for slope? We need to choose any 2 points because the 2 points will show a change, right? So we can find the difference to find the slope of the line. Okay, let's examine what's going on here. It looks like hours are ticking by on our x-axis, 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, so on and so forth. Earnings, that means how much money we're making, is on our y-axis, $10, $20, $30, $40, so on and so forth. And we're clearly babysitting here. Okay, choose any 2 points to find the slope. Well, they already did this for us. They chose this 4, 20 and 8, 40. But that, okay, let me show you. The slope would be change in y. Do you see how it's 20 from 20 to 40? So the slope is going to be equal to 20 change in y over 4, which is equal to what? We can reduce that. 4 goes into 25 times, so that's 5 over 1, a slope of 5. Or 5 over 1, doesn't matter how we say it. Let's choose 2 other points just to see what happens. I'm going to choose this point and this point. Why not? Okay, what would the change in y be? Well, this is at 10, this is at 30. So this would be 30 divided by 10. Well, sorry, no, yeah, sorry. 30 minus 10, which is 20, over, and then the x values, this is 2 and this is 6. 6 minus 2 is 4. Oh, look at that, we still got 5 over 1. Okay. Let's examine 5 over 1 a little more closely. What is slope again? It's change in y over change in x. If this is your change in y, this is your change in dollars. If this is your change in x, this is your hours. Well, look at that. That word interpret means to attach the meaning of the numbers using their units. So this is $5 per hour. If you ever look at a graph, the way you can tell what the slope's going to be, just take whatever the y-axis is labeled as and put it as that over whatever the x-axis is labeled as. So that's dollars per hour. That tells us how much we're getting paid, which, by the way, ain't much, but that's okay. You can pick blank 2 points to find the blank of the line. Any 2 points to find the slope of the line. The reason you can pick any 2 points is that there are how many ratios with the same value? Well, we did 20 over 4, but if you had done from 10 to 40, like say this was the 2 points that you learned you were using, this and this, that's a change in 40 minus 10, that's up 30. And then how far over is that? That's 8 minus 2, that's 6. What's 30 divided by 6? That's 5 over 1 too. There are infinite ratios with the same value. The value of a ratio can be found by what? Dividing. 30 divided by 6, that's 5. 5 divided by 1, that's 5. 20 divided by 4, that's 5. Ooh, I got the point before that. Okay. All right, everybody. That was a little clunky, this lesson. I apologize for that, but I think all the info is there. I think you'll get it. Good luck. Please let me know if you have any questions. I'm proud of all of you. Keep up the great work. I'll talk to you later.